My child, come close to me now, rest your head and quiet your thoughts. I am here and I speak to you with kindness. I know the weight that pressed upon your shoulders today. I know the noise that crowded your mind. I know the places that felt empty and the moments that felt hard. Breathe with me slowly, receive the calm I give. Inhale the peace I carry to you. Exhale the worry that never served you. Let the room become gentle. Let your body grow soft. Let your heart listen to my voice. I lead you into a quiet path tonight, not the path of the world with dust and hurry, but the path where my word settles like evening dew upon a field. I have walked this path with prophets and with singers and with shepherds and with wanderers whose names I remember. They looked forward with longing. They waited for a day when sorrow would end. They hoped for the hour when they would see me face to face. They trusted that beyond the ache of the earth there is a homeland bright and near, and I tell you now, that hope was not a dream, it was a seed I planted within them, and it grows even now within you. You think of the saints who came before you, their nights were long, yet I held them, their mornings were uncertain, yet I guided them. I guarded them through waters and through fire. I steadied them under burdens and raised them when they fell. I did not forget them. I will not forget you. Their story points to a kingdom without grief, a future without the sting of death, a table where love is bread and joy is drink and peace is air. And my child, I teach you to hunger for that table without losing heart in the middle days. Place your troubles at my feet. Tell me about the task that tired your bones. Tell me about the voice that criticized you. Tell me about the fear that visited you in the afternoon. Give it to me with simple honesty. No perfect words. No rehearsed lines. I am your shelter. I am your healer. I am the one who restores broken things and breathes life into the ashes you thought were final. When you surrender your heavy bundle to me, I trade it for rest. When you loosen your grip on control, I fill your hands with guidance. When you confess the ache, I answer with comfort that sinks deeper than the ache. Now breathe again, slow and easy. Draw in the quiet. Let it reach the corners of your chest. Hold the breath for a gentle count, and let it go like a small wave returning to the sea. Imagine that every breath you take gathers goodness, mercy, and hope, and every breath you release carries away the restlessness of the day. I am near while you breathe. I crafted the rhythm within you, and I steady that rhythm with my peace. You wonder about tomorrow. You wonder about choices. You wonder if you will have strength. Listen, I am already in your tomorrow. I am already shaping what you cannot see. I am weaving wisdom into your steps, and I am preparing refreshment where you expect drought. I do not promise you a road without effort, but I promise you my presence at every turn. I do not promise a sky without clouds, but I promise a light that outlives the cloud. I do not promise a life without questions, but I promise a hand that holds you while you walk through the questions. Lift your eyes in the heart, see what I set before you, a kingdom that is not built by haste, a home that is not threatened by loss, a garden where the leaves carry healing, a city where the way is clear and the gates are open with welcome. Do not chase the shadows of praise that fades. Do not clutch the treasures that rust. Let your treasure be with me. Let your heart rise toward what endures. For where your treasure rests, your heart will find warm light. I am your shepherd, my child. I keep watch as you sleep. I do not grow weary. I do not forget my own. I guide you with counsel in the day and I whisper wisdom in the night. When you hesitate at the edge of a decision, remember that I walk before you and I guard behind you. I surround you like a shield that shines. I feed your courage. I train your patience. I anchor your hope, and I lead you from strength to strength. There is a holy longing within you, a pilgrimage of the soul. Your feet may stand in this room, yet your heart travels toward my house. You feel a pull toward beauty you cannot name. That pull is the memory of your true home. I placed it in you so that the noise of the world would not drown out the song of your purpose. When you pass through dry valleys, I teach you to notice springs you did not expect. When your path is steep, I teach you to find the next small step, and each step becomes a prayer. Each breath becomes a hymn. I know you have questions about worth and about weakness, about failure and about shame. Hear me. I do not measure you by the weight of your mistakes. I measure you by the strength of my love. I do not count the times you stumbled as the sum of who you are. I count the times my grace lifted you. And my grace is not fragile. It renews like morning. It stays like the faithful tide. It builds you into what I dreamed when I first spoke your name. Think of my dwelling, many rooms, much welcome. The table is set with care. The doors are not narrow for the humble. The windows pour light without burning. The air is clear with peace, and every weary traveler receives rest. I prepare a place not because I must, but because I delight to share my joy with you. I do not tease you with promises. I keep them, and I return for my own. I bring you to where I am, that you may be with me, and where I am, fear cannot reign. To live your days with me is gain. To walk your work with me is fruit. To choose kindness when anger invites you is strength. To remain when others need you is love. I will give you courage for the task set before you. I will give you contentment for the task you wish you had. I will shape your effort into blessing for others. And I will make even delay become a school of wisdom. Your race is not a sprint measured by applause. It is a faithful course measured by trust. You fight the good fight. Not with clenched fists, but with an open heart that clings to me. When night stretches long, remember this. I am making all things new. I am not patching a tear with thin thread. I am weaving a new garment. I am not painting over cracks. I am raising new walls with precious strength. I am not offering a dim lamp. I am filling the city with light that does not fade. The old ache will pass. The old grief will loosen. I will wipe away every tear that sorrow wrote upon your face, and I will teach your eyes to shine with the ease of joy. There is a river in my presence, clear and living. It moves without hurry and without lack. It waters the roots of those who come thirsty, and they rise nourished and steady. There is a tree that gives fruit in season after season. There are leaves that mend what division has torn, and there is no curse to choke the song of creation. This is not fantasy. This is the promise that has carried my people across centuries, and I place the same promise in your hands tonight. Now rest, my child. Lay your worries before me again. Place your family in my care. Place your work, your study, your plans, your fears, your future. I hold them with wisdom and with tenderness. I write your name upon my heart, and I do not misplace what I love. Sleep under my watch. Breathe under my blessing. Receive the calm I pour, and let hope do its gentle work within you while you dream. For I am with you, now, and when you wake, and on the day you finally step into the fullness of my home. I will be with you still. My child, draw near and walk with me in the quiet road within you. This is the pilgrimage of the heart, not measured by miles nor marked by milestones of stone, but traced by trust and kept by love. You feel the pull of home and the ache of the present hour. You feel the dust of the day and the thirst of the soul. I see it all and I guide you step by gentle step. I lead you through valleys that seem dry, and I teach you to find springs where you expected none. I turn your sighs into songs. I change your tears into small rivers that water new courage. In the hard place I plant unexpected kindness. In the long wait I weave wisdom. You do not walk alone. I take your hand and set your steps from strength to strength, from one quiet victory to another quiet victory, from one breath of faith to the next. Lift your eyes within. Notice the signs I place along your way, a memory of mercy that returns at the right time, a word that steadies your heart from someone you did not expect, a door that closes so another door can open with better light, a delay that protects you from harm you could not see. I am your shield and your sun. I warm what grew cold and I guard what is tender. I am your safe tent in the storm and your high rock above the flood. When fear whispers that you are small, remember that I am your light and your salvation. I teach your heart not to tremble when shadows gather. I teach your voice to sing when the path seems steep. I put clarity in your feet when confusion tries to entangle. I keep you in my dwelling. I hide you in the shelter of my presence. I steady your head above the swirl of trouble, and I fill your mouth with quiet praise that breaks the grip of dread. You wonder how to keep going when the night feels long. Listen, courage does not shout. Courage breathes. Courage takes one faithful step and then another. Courage returns to me with a simple prayer. I give you courage in a way that fits you, sometimes like a bold wind that moves you forward, sometimes like a soft ember that keeps you warm through the slow hours. Either way, I am the source and the keeper. Set your heart on pilgrimage, not on performance, not on comparison, not on the applause that rises and fades like smoke. Your journey is holy because I walk it with you. Your weakness is not your disqualification. Your weakness is where my power makes a home. Bring me your worry about timing. Bring me your questions about direction. Bring me your disappointment about detours. I receive them without scolding. I turn them into a map of grace. There are seasons when your steps feel heavy, when the valley seems to stretch beyond the horizon. In those seasons I remind you to look for small springs, a brief kindness, a line of beauty in the ordinary, a task completed with honesty when no one noticed. These are not scraps, these are seeds, and seeds do their best work beneath the surface. Trust their quiet labor, trust my quiet labor within you. Blessed are those whose strength is in me, not in noise, not in hurry, not in the verdicts of the crowd. Blessed are those who choose my path even when it feels narrow. Blessed are those who learn to rest while they walk, who learn to breathe while they build, who learn to sing while they wait. I am training you for this blessedness, not to burden you, but to free you. You ask me how to handle the voices that accuse, the thoughts that circle, the memories that sting. Come nearer, let my counsel be your compass. I speak in ways your heart can carry, a line of truth that returns through the day, a picture of peace that settles in the night, a reminder that you are mine and I am faithful. Lean into these gifts, repeat them, hold them, let them become the rhythm of your steps. When you pass through criticism, choose gentleness. When you face delay, choose patience. When you meet temptation, choose truth. These choices seem small, yet they are mighty. They carve a straight path through a crooked world. They make a highway in the wilderness of hurry and pride. They keep your feet from slipping. They make room for joy to grow. I know you long for beauty. You long to dwell in my house, to gaze upon my goodness without veil. That longing is not a distraction. That longing is a compass I placed in you. It points you toward me in errands and in silence, in work and in rest, in laughter and in tears. Let it lead you. Let it turn your ordinary rooms into quiet chapels. Let it turn your tasks into offerings. Let it turn your bed into a sanctuary of trust. As you walk, remember to ask, teach me your way. This prayer keeps you supple. This prayer keeps you safe. Pride stiffens, humility learns, and I teach the humble. I give them a straight path through the pressure of the day. I teach them where to stand and when to move. I teach them how to answer and when to be silent. I teach them to be brave without hardness and tender without fear. You may feel the press of many needs, the rush of many demands. Stop for a breath with me. Let me order your steps. I do not measure you by output. I measure you by love. I will not let your life be devoured by the urgent at the expense of the true. I will help you choose the one thing needed in each moment, and as you choose it, you will discover ease where you expected strain. You will discover focus where you expected fog. Wait for me, not as one abandoned, but as one cherished. Waiting is not empty. Waiting is an altar where trust is offered and hope is fed. In the waiting I forge your inner strength. I stretch your capacity for joy. I polish your clarity of purpose. I deepen your roots so your branches can hold more light. Do not fear the quiet stretches. I am working in the depths. My child, when you feel surrounded, remember that I surround what surrounds you. When you feel outnumbered, remember that mercy outnumbers every threat. When you feel small, remember that small seeds become sturdy trees under the rain of my kindness. Walk on, not with clenched jaw, but with open heart, not with frantic speed, but with faithful rhythm, not with borrowed words, but with the living word I plant within. You are learning to make the valley a place of springs. This is how heaven touches earth in your life, through the choices that no headline will ever mention, through the kindness that receives no stage, through the hidden prayer that moves a mountain within you. This is the pilgrimage I bless. This is the strength I give, not a strength that crushes, but a strength that carries, not a strength that shouts, but a strength that sings. Let gratitude be your staff as you walk. Thank me for small mercies, for the breath that steadies, for the friend who texts at the right moment, for the lesson inside the mistake. Gratitude turns keys and locked doors. Gratitude widens your chest for more peace. Gratitude keeps your eyes bright when the road is plain and unadorned. With every thank you, you lift the weight of the day into my hands, and I place rest into yours. Keep your treasure with me, where moth and rust cannot enter. Keep your heart with me, where thieves cannot climb. Let me be your portion in your cup. Your lot will be secure. The lines of your life will fall in places of purpose, not because every circumstance is simple, but because I am near in every circumstance. I counsel you in daylight, and even at night your heart receives instruction from me. This is how you stay unshaken, not by the absence of storms, but by the presence of my right hand. When you stumble, I lift you. When you falter, I steady you. When you weep, I collect your tears as precious water for tomorrow's garden. Nothing is wasted in my care, not the long detour, not the closed door, not the late answer. I weave them into a story where goodness and mercy follow you, where you learn courage without losing tenderness, where you gain wisdom without losing wonder. Now breathe again, slowly, deeply. Let the room grow softer, let the shoulders grow lighter, let the mind unclench. I am here, I am enough, I am your light and your stronghold. I make you confident even when armies of worry gather. I keep you safe in my dwelling. I hide you in my shelter. I lift your head above the noise. I give you a song for the night and a path for the morning. Walk on with me, my child, from strength to strength, from spring to spring, from mercy to mercy. And as you go, know this in the center of your being: I am with you. I delight to be near you. I take joy in your trust. I pour peace into your rest, and I will finish what I begin in you. Continue your pilgrimage in quiet confidence, and when you lie down, sleep in safety under my watch, for I keep you, and I will keep you still. My child, lean close and let your heart listen. I speak to you about treasure that does not fade, about a home that cannot be taken, about a peace that does not crack under pressure. I invite you to lift your gaze from what is fragile to what is sure, from what is passing to what is permanent, from what rusts to what shines with an unfading light. You live among many voices that promise comfort and deliver anxiety. You are surrounded by bright wrappers hiding empty cores. I do not shame you for feeling the pull of these things. I meet you in the pull and I teach you a better way. Where your treasure rests, your heart will follow. So let your treasure live with me. Let your heart travel upward toward the place I keep for you, and you will find freedom on the ground where you stand. I prepare a house for you, not a house of display but a house of belonging, not a house of hurry but a house of rest. Many rooms, much welcome, windows full of mercy, doorways wide with joy, a table that never goes empty. In that house shame has no language, fear has no citizenship, sorrow has no passport, and hope has a permanent address. I do not prepare this house as an idea. I prepare it as a promise, and I keep the promises I make. While you journey, I train your heart to live by the economy of heaven. Give and you do not become smaller. Forgive and you do not become weaker. Serve and you do not become invisible. Simplicity does not make you poor. Contentment does not make you careless. Generosity does not make you unsafe. In my kingdom these choices enlarge your soul. They make room for more light, more joy, more courage, and they guard your night with calm. You ask how to set your treasure above while your feet are planted below. Listen. Begin with the small loyalties of the day. Choose truth when flattery would be easier. Choose kindness when sarcasm would be quicker. Choose patience when irritation hammers the door. These choices may look like coins of little worth, but in my hands they become gold that does not tarnish. They become strands in a garment of glory that you will one day wear with ease. Do not measure life by accumulation. Measure it by alignment. Let your plans align with my wisdom. Let your desires align with my goodness. Let your ambitions align with love. When alignment comes before accumulation, you will notice a strange relief. You will carry less and receive more. You will strive less and accomplish more of what matters. You will fear less and stand steadier under the same sky. When worry counts your coins and predicts your lack, bring worry to me. Place it in my hand like a small bird trembling from a sudden storm. I will warm it with mercy until its fear fades. I will show you that provision is not a trickle but a river, sometimes hidden beneath the sand, sometimes visible under the sun. I will teach you to draw from that river with quiet trust, and to share its water without dread. Your heart was not designed to live in a vault. It was designed to live in a vineyard. A vault tightens. A vineyard breathes. A vault isolates. A vineyard gathers. A vault echoes with suspicion. A vineyard sings with work and laughter. Plant what I put in your hands. Water it with prayer and diligence. Lift it into my light, and in due season watch it become shade for the weary and fruit for the hungry. This is how treasure above touches earth below. Remember the house I prepare. Imagine a hallway where every step removes a weight you forgot you were carrying. Imagine a room where your name sounds whole and unharmed. Imagine light that does not glare and does not dim. Imagine fellowship without masks and joy without edge. I invite you to let this vision shape today, not as escape, but as energy, not as fantasy, but as foundation. The hope of that house makes you brave in this house. When you are tempted to store your heart in the praise of people, pause and listen to me. The stage is a windy place. Applause arrives like a wave and retreats like a wave. If you chase it, you will always be wet and cold. Instead, anchor your heart in my delight. I see your hidden faithfulness. I notice your quiet obedience. I honor your secret prayers. I rejoice over your small acts of love that never make a headline. These are bricks in a lasting city. These are jewels in a crown of righteousness kept for you. I know you wonder whether your effort matters, whether your sacrifices make any difference. Hear me, nothing offered in love is lost. Not a quiet yes, not a difficult no, not a gift given when no one thanked you, not a boundary kept when compromise called you by name. I gather all of it. I weave all of it. I return all of it in forms you need, sometimes as strength, sometimes as clarity, sometimes as doors opening at the right hour. Set your eyes above and your hands upon good work. Do the task in front of you with honesty and care. Do not despise small roles. Do not worship grand ones. Your value does not rise and fall with titles. Your value rests in me, and I do not fluctuate. When you clean the corner, no one sees. Heaven sees. When you listen with patience to a weary soul, heaven listens with you. When you give from your little, heaven multiplies it in ways you may never trace on paper. Practice the liturgy of light in your day, a breath of gratitude before you rise. A blessing whispered over someone who comes to mind, a moment of stillness before you send the message, a gentle prayer before you spend the money, a release of resentment before you sleep. These are simple ropes tying your heart to the treasure above. These are quiet habits that keep the door of my peace open in your chest. Guard your heart from the hunger for comparisons. Comparison is a thief with polite shoes. It enters softly and leaves you empty. You are not called to be someone else. You are called to be fully alive with me, to carry the flavor I placed in you, to sing the note I wrote for you, to build the part of the wall nearest your hand. When you live your assignment with love, the house rises strong and beautiful, and your room grows warm with meaning. When you feel the old ache of scarcity, remember my table. Remember the baskets after the meal. Remember that I do not ration hope. I do not measure peace with a dropper. I do not allocate joy with suspicion. I pour until fear cannot hold its shape. I pour until anxiety loses its sharpness. I pour until your inner drought becomes an inner garden. and then I teach you to share the harvest without fear of famine. My child, I go to prepare a place, and while I prepare that place, I prepare you. I shape your desires so they fit the joy of that home. I stretch your capacity so you can carry more light. I tune your hearing so you can recognize my footsteps in the hallway of ordinary days. I polish your hope so you can reflect my kindness into rooms that forgot the sound of encouragement. When night returns and you lay your head down, lay it not upon worry but upon promise. Say with your breathing heart, my treasure is with you, my future is with you, my name is held by you, and let that confession loosen the knots within. Let it soften the space behind your eyes. Let it draw a quiet smile from a place deeper than circumstance. For you are not a customer of grace, you are my child, and my house has room for you. Now rest in this. Lift your treasure to me again. Lift your plans, your gifts, your time, your story. I receive them with joy. I guard them with wisdom. I use them with purpose. And I return to you peace pressed down and running over. Sleep under the light of my care. Wake under the banner of my love. Walk through the day with open hands and an upward heart. For I am with you. And the house I prepare is sure, and your treasure is safe with me. My child, come closer and let your breath slow. I am here and I am steady. I place courage in your chest like a small bright coal. I shield it from the winds that try to blow it out. I fan it with kindness until it becomes a warm flame. You do not have to manufacture bravery by force. You receive it from me as a daily gift. You let it rise in you like dawn rises over quiet water. To live is to walk with me in ordinary moments. To live is to take the next faithful step when no trumpet sounds. To live is to choose love when pride demands a throne. To live is to keep your heart soft while you carry real weight. This is not a slogan. This is your path. When you breathe with me, your work becomes worship, your silence becomes prayer, your interruptions become invitations to grace, your limits become doors where my strength enters. You ask how to carry both longing and responsibility, how to dream of the home above while serving well below. Hear me. I teach you to hold both with open hands. I anchor your hope in what lasts, and I weave that hope into the fabric of your day. When you move through tasks with me, you are not losing heaven. You are letting heaven color the work. The kitchen becomes a chapel. The desk becomes an altar. The workshop becomes a field where seeds of patience and honesty take root. Courage in my kingdom is not noise. Courage in my kingdom is presence. It is showing up with a humble heart. It is speaking truth with a gentle voice. It is extending mercy when resentment feels easier. It is choosing clean motives when shortcuts glitter. Courage looks like forgiveness that refuses to keep score, like boundaries that honor the image of God in you and in others, like perseverance that continues without bitterness. I do not call you to harden. I call you to deepen. When fear tries to narrate your story, bring fear to me. Do not edit yourself to satisfy its demands. Set fear down like a heavy bag and watch what I do. I will not scold you for feeling it. I will meet you in it. I will put a new sentence in your mouth, a sentence shaped by trust. I will teach your body to remember peace, shoulders low, jaw unclenched, heart open. I will teach your thoughts to land on truth, like birds landing on a safe branch after a long flight. You wonder whether you must choose between boldness and kindness. You do not. In me they are friends. I pour a boldness that is clean and a kindness that is strong. Boldness without love becomes a hammer. Kindness without truth becomes fog. I make you clear and gentle. I make you brave and tender. I give you words that fit the wound without tearing the skin. I give you silence that honors the moment without abandoning the task. There are days when your energy feels thin, when the road feels longer than your stride. In those days, remember that fruitfulness in me is not frenzy. Fruitfulness is abiding. You lean on me and I let life flow through you. You remain and I remain. The branch does not strain to force the sap. It stays connected and the sap finds its way. So stay with me. Listen in small pauses. Yield in small choices. Move at the pace of love. And you will do more of what truly matters with less of what drains your soul. To live as Christ, which means your identity is not rented from opinion. Your worth is not mortgaged to performance. Your peace is not leased by luck. Your center is me. I anchor you when applause surges. I anchor you when criticism stings. I anchor you when numbers rise and when numbers fall. I free you from chasing worth because I have given you worth. I free you from chasing belonging because I have made you mine. I know the tug of comparison that visits you. Comparison counts crumbs while I set a table. Comparison studies faces while I steady your heart. Comparison builds ladders while I build a home. Lay down the measuring stick. Lift up your calling. You are not behind when you walk with me. You are not late when you keep pace with grace. You are not small when you love well in a small room. Every room glows when love lights it from within. When you meet resistance, choose to stay faithful, not stubborn. Faithfulness listens. Stubbornness refuses. Faithfulness holds the mission. Stubbornness clings to ego. I am shaping you for faithfulness. I teach you to adjust your method without surrendering your purpose. I teach you to receive correction without losing courage. I teach you to rest without quitting. I teach you to endure without becoming hard. This is how battles are won in my way. Not by crushing, but by outlasting with love. You carry memories of regret. You wish you could rewrite scenes. Bring them to me. Do not polish them. Do not hide them. Open your hands and I will touch what hurts. I will not use shame as a tool. I will use truth as a key and mercy as a balm. Regret will not be your identity. It will become a teacher. It will make you gentle toward others. It will open your eyes to paths you will not take again. And I will turn what was heavy into wisdom that travels light. When you ask what courage looks like in the body, I answer with simple practices. Return to gratitude when panic rises. Breathe with me when hurry shouts. Drink water and remember the river of life I promise. Step outside and notice a slice of sky. Speak a blessing under your breath for someone who hurt you. Write a small list of what is true right now. My love is present. Your breath is steadying. Your next step is clear enough for today. These are not small. These are anchors. I also give you courage to say no. Courage to leave rooms where your soul cannot breathe. Courage to close doors that lead you into harm. Courage to choose rest over endless striving. Courage to turn off the glowing screen and turn your face toward me. Courage to seek help when the weight is more than you can lift alone. Courage to begin again when the first attempt faltered. Courage to celebrate a tiny win without apologizing for joy. If death frightens you, look at me. I have taken its sting and emptied its threat. I hold your days and your nights. I hold your first breath and your last breath. I hold your crossing from this shore to the bright shore. You are not walking into dark silence. You are walking into my arms. Because of this you can live today with lightness. You can invest your love without fear of ultimate loss. You can serve without clutching. You can give without despair. When anxiety forecasts 10 disasters, bring the forecast to my table. We will examine it together. You will see that most of its clouds are made of steam. They look heavy and they are hollow. I will help you plan what is wise and release what is not yours to carry. I will show you a single next step. Make the call, send the note, tidy the corner, drink the water, take the walk, forgive the debt, try again. Each step is a vote for peace. I pour courage for confession, courage to own what is yours without drowning in what is not. Where you have air, I hold you while you say the honest words. I hold you while you repair. I hold you while you learn the new way. This is how shame loses its voice, not by denial, but by truth wrapped in love. I also pour courage for testimony, the simple witness of what I have done for you. You do not have to dramatize. You only have to tell the truth with kindness, and someone weary will find a map in your story. Remember that crowns in my kingdom are not for display alone. They are signs of faithful love. A crown of righteousness waits for those who long for my appearing. Longing does not make you less useful on earth. Longing makes you more grounded, more generous, more unafraid. The one who knows where home is becomes brave in the street. The one who knows my return is sure becomes steady in the storm. This is the courage I pour, rooted in hope, reaching through work, flowering in joy. When plans change, you are not lost. I am the beginning and the end. I am also the presence in the middle. You may feel detoured. I am not. You may feel delayed. I am not. I redeem lost time in ways you will only see when you step back. I recover what matters and I teach you to release what does not. Keep your hand in mine and take the next step. The path will appear under your feet at the moment you need it. Let your body learn a liturgy of courage. Sit and breathe before you start. Bless the hour you are entering. Name one fear and give it to me. Name one truth and hold it close. Begin the task with a small action done well. Pause at midday and say thank you for one gift. Close the day with a sentence of trust. I am with you and you are with me. This liturgy trains your nerves to rest and your mind to return. It makes room for my strength to move through you without strain. I give you companions for courage. Do not despise help. Welcome the friend who tells you the truth without poison. Welcome the mentor who lends you wisdom without control. Welcome the neighbor who brings bread without asking questions you cannot answer. Welcome the counselor who teaches you to untangle knots in the soul. Welcome the church that prays you through the night. Courage grows in community like fire grows when logs lean together. Guard your imagination. It is a garden, not a junkyard. Feed it with what is pure and life-giving. Sing simple songs of hope. Read lines that lift your eyes. Look at beauty that cleans your inner window. Art that honors the image of God. Work that dignifies the human story. I will meet you in these places and I will plant fresh courage under the surface where no one sees. Your imagination will then serve your faith, not your fear. You are learning the long obedience, the gentle mastery of doing small things with great love. You are learning to bless the unseen hours, to celebrate the progress that no chart records, to keep sowing when harvest is far, to keep smiling when the room is gray, to keep forgiving when the wound aches again. This is not naive. This is royal. This is how kings and queens of grace are formed. This is how a life becomes a lighthouse for others on rough water. My child, I do not ask you to carry tomorrow today. I ask you to carry today with me. And when today ends, I ask you to lay it down. Stop rehearsing what went wrong in a loop. Place it in my hands and sleep. I will keep watch. I will work in the soil while you rest. I will prepare mercies that will be new in the morning. You will wake to find strength for what arrives, and you will know it was I who supplied it. Now receive once more the courage I pour. Take it into your chest like warm bread. Let it feed your thoughts and your feelings and your choices. Stand up inside even as you lie down to sleep. You are not alone in this room. You are not alone in this season. You are not alone in this calling. I go before you. I remain with you. I guard behind you. I dwell within you. And I delight to make you brave in love, steady in hope, and gentle in strength. My child, rest your heart in my presence. I am here and I am gentle. I gather the loose threads of your day and I weave them into peace. I speak to you about renewal that is real and present, about the river that runs from my throne into the dry ground of your life, about the future that glows like morning and leans back into this very hour with hope. I am making all things new, not by painting over cracks, but by raising foundations with strength, not by silencing your questions, but by teaching your soul to hear answers in the language of trust. Old griefs lose their sharp edge in my hands. Old fears forget their script in my light. Old mistakes become seed for wisdom in gardens you thought were gone. Nothing surrendered to me is wasted. Nothing held by me is lost. There is a city I build, bright with kindness and clear with peace. Its gates are open with welcome. Its streets hum with joy. Its walls shine with the memory of faithful love. There is no night there, no voice of accusation, no shadow that hides your name. The light is steady, the song is honest, the laughter is clean. You will walk without hurry, you will breathe without weight, you will know me without veil, and you will be known without fear. Until that day, I bring the future to meet you in the present. I pour a river into your deserts, living water that does not run dry. Sip from it now. Let it cool your worry. Let it soften your thoughts. Let it clear the dust that anxiety throws in the air. This river is mercy moving. This river is courage in motion. This river is joy learning to speak again. Step to its bank with a simple prayer. I am thirsty, and I will fill your hands. On each side of the river grows healing, leaves like soft green flame, fruit in faithful seasons. I press these leaves against your weary places, against memories that still ache, against disappointments that still stiffen your jaw. The healing I give is not rushed and not thin. It reaches the root without breaking the branch. It mends without erasing. It reconciles without pretending. It frees without hardening. You ask how to carry the promise of all things new into the hallway of ordinary hours. Begin with small renewals. Clear one corner and bless it. Forgive one debt and breathe easier. Speak one honest kindness and watch it ripple. Choose one clean boundary and feel your soul stand taller. Thank me for one mercy and notice how gratitude multiplies. These are first fruits from the city to come. These are seeds of tomorrow planted in the soil of today. When weariness sits heavy, let your body learn the river's rhythm. Breathe in slowly and receive peace. Breathe out slowly and release control. Place your shoulders lower. Let your jaw loosen. Soften the space behind your eyes. Whisper a sentence of trust. You are with me. And feel the room grow kinder. This is not technique for its own sake. This is prayer with breath, worship with muscle and nerve, an embodied yes to my nearness. I know the voices that predict disaster. I know the stories your fear rehearses. Bring those scripts to me. I will help you lay them down. I will teach you a better narration, one where love drives the plot and hope holds the frame, one where detours become discoveries and delays become preparation, one where endings are doorways and losses are lanterns, light carried from places you once thought were only dark. All things new does not mean all things easy. It means I am with you in all things. It means I am guiding even when the road bends beyond sight. It means I am redeeming what tried to reduce you. I am turning the net that once trapped you into a rope that now pulls others to safety. I am crafting courage from what once made you hide. I am shaping tenderness from what once made you hard. Let your imagination drink from my river. Guard it from ruin and feed it with beauty. Look at the sky when it softens at evening. Listen to a simple song that lifts your chest. Read a line that turns your face toward goodness. Let art that honors truth open a window in you. I meet you there. I plant quiet courage in those fields. And that courage grows into choices that bless strangers and friends and the future you will meet. Do not fear running out. Scarcity is not your shepherd. I am. I lead you to green places even when the calendar looks gray. I set a table for you when pressure crowds the room. I anoint your tired head with welcome. Your cup learns to overflow, not because you push harder, but because you stay close. When you share from that overflow, you do not become less. You become more alive. This is the arithmetic of heaven. This is the surplus of love. You wonder about purpose, whether your steps matter. Hear me. I count what love counts. I count the quiet faithfulness that never trends. I count the patient reply that diffuses heat. I count the unseen prayer that bends a storm. I count the honest labor done without fanfare. I count the steady yes when glamour is elsewhere. I gather these like jewels. I set them into your story. I build with them. And one day you will see the architecture of your ordinary days shining like a city wall. When guilt tries to chain you to yesterday, place the chain in my hand. I will not tighten it. I will melt it. I will teach you to make amends where you can. To receive forgiveness where you must, to walk free where you should. Freedom is not a reckless shout. Freedom is a calm gait. Freedom holds truth and mercy in the same palm. Freedom remembers the lesson without reliving the wound. Freedom chooses the future without despising the past. I am the beginning and the end. I am also the faithful center. When you feel overwhelmed by the size of everything, return to the one next good thing. Bless the room you are in. Finish the task that is yours. Send the message of peace you have delayed. Drink water and remember the river. Step outside and find a small piece of sky. Come back and sit with me for a moment, then rise and continue in the strength I provide. Invite me into your planning, not as a last rescue, but as first counsel. Hold your calendar with open fingers. Let me arrange your efforts so they serve love and not pride. Let me braid rest into your work. Let me place margin around what matters. You are not a machine for outcomes. You are my child learning holy rhythms. Work with me and you will carry more peace than pressure. More clarity than clamor, more song than strain. Keep your eyes lifted, not to escape the earth, but to enrich it. Hope from above does not make you less present. It makes you more generous. The one who knows a house is prepared can welcome guests in the tent. The one who knows a feast is coming can share simple bread with joy. The one who sees the dawn arriving can light a candle without panic in the night. You will be that candle, steady and kind. There is a crown I keep for those who remain faithful in love, not the crown of conquest, but the crown of trust. It rests on the heads of those who kept blessing when bitterness begged to take over, who kept forgiving when memory burned, who kept serving when reward was invisible, who kept singing when the shore was far. Longing for my appearing does not make them useless, it makes them luminous, and I will place that crown with my own hand. When you lie down tonight, let your bed become a small meadow by the river. Hear the water of my kindness run. Feel the grass of my peace under your weariness. Sense the warm light of my presence on your face. Say with your soft breath, you are making all things new. Say with your quiet heart, I drink from your river and I live. Let this confession relax every muscle and unwind every knot. I will keep watch while you sleep. I will sow mercies in your night. I will raise them in your morning. And when you wake, walk into the day like one who knows the end of the story, not with arrogance, but with assurance, not with hurry, but with holy pace. Bring water to thirsty words. Bring shade to tired rooms. Bring kindness to hard corners. Bring truth to foggy halls. Bring laughter where silence was heavy. Bring prayer where noise was stale. Bring me where your feet go, for I go before you and I remain with you. My child, lift your face. Let me bless you. I place peace upon your mind and strength within your chest. I place clarity in your steps and gentleness in your hands. I place songs in your night and courage in your morning. I place love as your portion and hope as your inheritance. I am with you now. I will be with you then. I am the river in your desert and the light in your city. I am the one who makes all things new, and I delight to make you new as you rest and as you rise. My child, draw near and steady your breath. I am with you and I am kind. I place in your hands a calling both quiet and bright. You live between promise fulfilled and promise unfolding. You walk in the now and you yearn for the not yet. I do not ask you to choose one and lose the other. I teach you to hold both with grace, to receive today with gratitude and to reach for tomorrow with hope, to work with love on earth and to sing with longing for heaven. You are my ambassador of peace, not from a distant court, but from a heart that knows my nearness. I send you into rooms that ache for gentleness, into streets that hunger for truth, into families that need mercy like air. You do not carry a sword of contempt, you carry a towel of service. You do not carry the burden of saving the world, you carry the joy of representing my heart. Where you go, let patience go. Where you stand, let kindness stand. Where you speak, let clarity speak. Where you listen, let healing listen. Practice the art of small faithfulness. Water what is within reach. Bless what is before your eyes. Honor the task that looks plain. I am in the plain. I am in the simple. I am in the steady rhythm of honest labor. Fold the clothes with prayer. Answer the message with gentleness. Prepare the meal with gratitude. Sign the document with integrity. Craft the plan with humility. These offerings rise like incense. They shape the atmosphere of your life. They make a sanctuary from ordinary hours. Guard the gate of your imagination. Let what is pure enter. Let what is true dwell. Let what is lovely find a chair and stay. Refuse the rumor that corrodes. Refuse the spectacle that numbs. Refuse the cynicism that stars your joy. I meet you in beauty and I teach your soul to breathe again. A fragment of song, a sliver of sky, a line that blesses, a face that smiles with no agenda. Receive these as small sacraments. They are reminders that the not yet is leaning into now. When conflict rises, wear the shoes of peace. Take the long path around anger. Step over the tripwires of pride. Choose a slower voice and a softer jaw. You are not called to win arguments. You are called to bear witness to my character. Let your yes be clean and your no be kind. Hold boundaries without bitterness. Speak truth without spikes. Apologize without performance. Forgive without rehearsing the offense. Reconciliation grows where humility kneels and patience waits. You ask how to keep courage when headlines shout and the future feels foggy. Come and sit beside me. I am not shaken. I am not surprised. I am not absent. I am working in places you cannot map and at depths you cannot measure. I lift leaders and I humble powers. I shelter the weak and I invite the strong to kneel. I write a wiser story than fear can tell, and I invite you to play your part with a calm heart and willing hands. Remember the economy of heaven. Scarcity is not your master. Love multiplied the bread then, and love multiplies your offering now. Give your time with discernment. Give your words with care. Give your resources with freedom. Do not fear becoming less. Generosity enlarges you. It turns rooms into tables and strangers into neighbors. I will replenish you in ways that surprise you, sometimes through a door you expected, sometimes through a kindness you could not have planned. Let prayer become the breath of your calling, not a speech you must perfect, but a conversation you revisit all day. A sentence in the hallway, a whisper in the car, a pause before you answer, a thank you before you sleep. When you do not know what to say my name with honesty. When you do not know what to do, bring me the choice and wait for the small green light of peace in your chest. I am not silent. I am not distant. I am near and I am guiding. Tend your hope like a lamp. Trim the wick of distraction. Refill the oil with gratitude. Shield the flame with wise limits. Do not feed it with constant noise. Do not expose it to every gust. Step away from screens that fray your nerves. Step into quiet that stitches you back together. Read lines that lift. Sing a simple melody. Take a modest walk and let your steps match the rhythm of grace. Hope burns steady when you care for it with love. Work for justice with a clean spirit, not from rage that corrodes, but from mercy that endures. Stand with the overlooked, speak for the unheard, share with the lacking, welcome the outsider, tell the truth about harm without hating the harmed and the harmer. Remember that every face bears my image. Even when covered with dust and fear, your labor is not in vain when it is in me. I weave your efforts into a larger tapestry, and I will show you its beauty in due time. Learn the wise cadence of Sabbath. Rest is not a prize for finishing. Rest is a practice of trusting. Lay down tools before the pile is empty. Close the notebook while ideas still stir. Turn your face from the glowing window of endless news. Fill your eyes with living light. Let the body reset and the mind clear. Rest does not shrink your impact. Rest seasons your impact. Rest lets your work taste like kindness and not like smoke. Carry a pocket liturgy for heavy days. I am here. Breathe. I am loved. Breathe. I am sent. Breathe. I am safe in God. Breathe. Repeat this until your shoulders lower and your heart finds its chair. Wisdom often arrives after you slow down. Solutions often appear when you stop wrestling them to the ground. Peace often rises when you welcome it without suspicion. I give you companions for the road. Do not journey alone by pride or by fear. Honor the friend who keeps confidence, the elder who shares hard-won counsel, the child who teaches you wonder again, the neighbor who borrows and returns, the teacher who corrects and blesses, the healer who listens and guides. Thank them, pray for them, receive from them, and offer to them. Love is a circle that grows wider when shared. When you stumble, return quickly. Do not hide in the bushes of shame. Do not stitch fig leaves of excuses. Bring me the truth before it hardens. I will not break the bruised reed. I will not snuff the smoldering wick. I will steady what wobbles and breathe on what flickers. Confession is not the end of the story. It is the opening of the door. Forgiveness walks in with light and sets the table again. Keep your eyes on the crown I keep, not a crown of conquest, but a crown of quiet faithfulness. It rests on those who long for my appearing and loved with endurance. They did not trade tenderness for speed. They did not trade integrity for applause. They did not trade hope for cynicism. They learned the long obedience of small things with great love. I will place this crown with my own hand, and joy will settle on your brow like morning. Train your tongue to bless. Bless the day you are given. Bless the person in front of you. Bless the work that waits. Bless the memory that hurts until it heals. Bless the road that curves where you cannot see. Blessing is not denial of pain. Blessing is the decision to align your voice with my heart. Blessing changes rooms. Blessing changes faces. Blessing changes you. When you face endings, remember they are also thresholds. Let go with gratitude where you can, with tears where you must, with hope always. I stand at the crossing and I hold out my hand. I lead you from pasture to pasture, from assignment to assignment, from season to season. I am the beginning and the end, and I am faithful in the middle. Nothing entrusted to me is wasted. Nothing surrendered to me is lost. Let the hope of all things new keep you tender. Hard ground cannot drink the rain. Soft ground receives and brings forth life. Keep a soft heart even when the world rewards armor. Keep a clear eye even when fog sells comfort. Keep open hands even when fear teaches fists. You are not naive when you trust me. You are wise. You are rooted. You are alive in a way that outlasts the storm. Now breathe in peace and breathe out control. Breathe in courage and breathe out dread. Breathe in love and breathe out hurry. I am here. I send you as my ambassador into the next hour. Carry the river within you. Let it flow in words and choices and pauses. Carry the light within you. Let it fall on faces and corners and plans. Carry the promise within you. Let it steady your gait and soften your voice. Sleep under my watch when night arrives. Rise under my blessing when morning returns. Walk in the lanes of the now with the compass of the not yet. Remember that I go before you. I remain with you. I guard behind you. I dwell within you. And I delight to make your life a quiet letter of hope read by many. My child, be at peace. Be of good courage. Be full of love. For I am with you always.